star from the United States that I want to introduce you to. It's going to be a good one. Please welcome a SoCal native, Tristan Boyer. Hello, Tristan. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me.
So you're coming off a Masters 1000 debut here, win yesterday, big win for you.
Yeah.
You qualified for the Australian Open main draw just a couple of months ago. You're having a nice 2025 to start. How does it feel, by the way, to get the win here in SoCal, a place where you grew up?
Yeah, I mean, it was really awesome to win that one yesterday. This is feels like a home tournament to me. I'm from Altadena, so I grew up coming to this tournament. I've been coming since I was 3 or 4 years old. I've been coming to see Indian Wells, and so yeah, it was really special. I had a lot of family here who came out too, and friends. So it was those matches are so rare where you have so many people who you love there, and it's such a special tournament, and so it felt so good to win that one yesterday.
What are some of your fondest memories, other than the win yesterday, of you coming here as a kid here to Tennis Paradise?
I mean, I remember watching a bunch of matches. Spending time with my family. I was just as a young tennis fan. You guys know it's such an awesome place to just watch and see the sport, and so it was great. I remember my dad is good friends with Max Mirny. I remember Max Mirny showing me around. He brought me out to the court one year when I had a picture with him when I was 3 or 4, something like that. So he's super nice with that. That's one of my earliest memories of anything, tennis or otherwise. Yeah, I remember watching Wawrinka one year. I snuck into the suite or something because we didn't have great seats. So I begged the security. I was please go watch, go closer. But no, it's a special tournament for everyone, but for me, especially being from here, having grew up here. So yeah, I'm super happy to have one of my first ATP last year.
Well, up next for you, Tommy Paul. That's gonna be amazing to share the stage just with him. How do you approach a match like that?
I mean, when we play, I played D&R in Australia, so that's another top 10 match, and that you're gonna have to play well to win it. So I think that's kind of going through your head. It definitely takes a lot of pressure off, though, for sure. Obviously, knowing that you're ranking wise, you're kind of supposed to lose the match. So I think I just have to kind of go for it and swing out and use kind of the bigger weapons that I haven't played, not as kind of less conservative. So that's the main strategy when play someone, but it's going to be a fun match either way. I mean, even if it doesn't go well, it's still learning experience. Playing someone who's that good it teaches you a lot, and you improve a lot. So I mean, playing even in Australia, something that I learned a lot from about where I need to work on my game to kind of be at that closer to that level. So this will be another one of those matches, even if it doesn't go well.
Well, there are a lot of rising Americans. There are already great stars in the top 10 in the U.S. What's different about you is that a lot of the Americans, of course, train here in this country. You spend a lot of your time training down in Argentina. Am I correct?
Yeah, my whole team's from Argentina or South America. My coach from Uruguay, one of them. But yeah, I spent a lot of time training in South America on red clay. I started there right after I left for school, and I met an Argentinian coach through my dad, and I just like the philosophy down there. It's a lot more gym, and it's a lot of just a little bit of different on-court practices, and so I really liked being down there. And there's a lot of players in Buenos Aires also. So I thought it was the best thing for my game to be down there. I think it's helped me a lot, especially being able to play on clay, feeling really comfortable there. But yeah, it's definitely unique. A lot of Americans have done that. But yeah, I think it's going well. I'm super happy with the team that I have, and people I'm working with.
So have big stars like Juan Martín del Potro or Diego Schwartzman, have they had any influence on you when you're down there? Do you get a chance to maybe hit with them or get some advice from them? I hit with most of the Argentinian players.
I mean, Joe was retired when I started playing, but I've trained with Diego, I've trained with like all the other guys, super below. But yeah, I mean, it's like the thing about Argentina, like, you know, the U.S. has a lot of great players right now, but they're all spread out. All the Argentinian players are all in Buenos Aires, so like, it's such a good place to train because you go down there and they're like, they have, I don't know, 10 top 100 players and like maybe 30 top 500 players, so and they're all within, you know, a 5-mile radius. So that's what's a little different, you know, even if there aren't as many good Argentinian players as there are Americans, there's more people in one place. So it's like, doing preseason there is amazing because you have so many people to train with, there's so many clubs, like, and it's all close by, so that was, it's such like an easy place to like improve, and that's why I like being there.
How is that transition difficult, or is it difficult for you? Because I know you're a very family-oriented guy. You and your grandpa are very close. He goes to a lot of your tennis matches. 77 years old, grandpa?
Yeah.
77-year-old
I think
grandpa.
he just turned 78 actually in February 21st.
Well, he came down to the Australian Open with you, right? And I think you looked out at the crowd and you saw him there and he inspired you. I mean, just how close is this relationship? I think it's so cool.
Yeah, it's definitely, I try to see them as much as possible. Because, I mean, they live in Long Beach, so it's near home. But yeah, obviously I grew up like being with them, we're super close, luckily I have both of them in there, and they live nearby, so I'm able to see them a lot. But yeah, he's the best. He's just like an inspiration. I mean, honestly, like somebody who is kind of like not as, he's just happy I'm having fun. Like it's not, you know what I mean? He's not as involved as like maybe as my parents are, and like the whole like, you know, my like life. He's just like a little bit more like. He's still like a family member, but a little bit like we're just happy. He's just happy to be there, you know.
Does he give you coaching advice?
No, zero coaching advice. Just, you know, love and support, which is sometimes what you need. So it was awesome having him in Australia, and like, yeah, after I won the fourth set, he like stood up and like cheered, and it was like, yeah. So that was, I mean. It was great. He was super excited and just happy to be there, and it was nice to have him, and it felt like I was at home. And so that's something that like I try to look for as much as possible, because you're gone so much, you know, of the year being a tennis player, and so I try to like have as many of those moments as possible with family, and he's also here now, so it's been great.
Oh, was he here watching you?
He was here.
Is he going to be at the Tommy Paul match too?
Yeah, sure. For sure.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, they're retired. They don't have anything else to do, and they like. He teaches bridge on Monday and Tuesdays, and after that, it's pretty simple. So he and my grandma are here. That was great. She didn't make it up to Australia, but she's here, so I'm super happy about it.
I love that. Well, you know, I know during the time of January was very difficult for people in the LA area and in Southern California. You grew up in Altadena, where your dad actually was home when the wildfires were going on, right? Everything okay? And
yeah, our house is okay. Luckily, we had to move out for, I guess it was almost 2 months, just because of like smoke damage. But like, thank goodness our house was fine. We had like the fire like damage. There was a house like a block and a half away that burnt down. So we were kind of like, we were close, but we weren't in like the really bad area. But Altadena is really devastated, and it's really sad to see. Like, I mean, it's my favorite place on earth, obviously my home, and it's really like destroyed, and so it's super sad. So yeah, I feel so much for the people who've lost their homes. We have a couple of family friends, but just the whole town. I mean, like, and it's kind of such a. I mean, obviously, it's nothing like it was, and it might not ever be again. So yeah, I luckily have been able to partner with 24-Hour Fitness, who are matching a $200 per ace donation for the Indian Wells of Miami. To donate to the fire relief, so I'm super happy about that. So I think I had 6 cases yesterday, so we're up to almost
amazing.
$2,500.
All right.
So hopefully I'll be really good tomorrow, and Miami also, but yeah, I really wanted to help out as much as possible, and it's terrible to see what happened. So yeah.
Well, hopefully that serve will be on when you play Tommy Paul
Yeah, hopefully.
tomorrow. Before I let you go, I would love to open it up to the floor if you guys have any questions for Tristen. This is your chance. Yes, go ahead.
What do you think is your biggest comeback so far, and what do you think turned the tide for you?
My biggest comeback, I remember I played Challenger in Granby last year, and I was down 5-0 in the third set. And I think I slipped at I held serve at 5-1, and I had a point where I slipped, and I started bleeding, and so you have to stop. And so I got a long physio timeout to fix that, and I think that kind of threw him off, and he got a little tight. And I ended up coming back and winning that one. So that was the biggest comeback I've ever had. Yeah.
One more question before we let him go. Who wants to be? Yes.
What's your biggest weapon?
The biggest weapon is probably my shot-wise, my forehand, I think. Forehand has been working on it to make it as well-rounded as possible. I think I have all the shots, so yeah, hopefully it's on tomorrow.
Well, we certainly will be watching. Keep an eye on this guy, everyone. Tristan Boyer, thank you so much for joining us. Tristan, can you send some actress before you go?